Sounds like a mean-ass house party. Dude, I could just see a bunch of people walking through the neighborhood.
Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball. With me as always is Tony Snap and Will Power. We were together on Tuesday and now we're separate. Tony's in his house and then Will just made it back to Pennsylvania. How's it going, guys?
Good, man.
Good, man.
Good, man. We're just gonna go ahead and talk about week 5, what to expect in week 5 for you fantasy players. And there's been a couple of fights out there now that we saw. What's it, Thursday? Was it the I think it was the Reds, not the Reds. It was the Reds and the Cubs were today, right? And then I believe, I'm blanking out. The Phillies and I'm blanking out. The Phillies and, well, we'll talk about it.
St. Louis.
It was St. Louis, yes.
With hitting Arenado. I remember that.
Oh, so look, it started with Bryce Harper, I think. When he hit him
Bryce Harper got hit in the face.
Yeah,
dude, he took it like a champ, man. Did you see that?
He even went he missed it like Matrix, and then
you could see like the slow motion when the ball hit his face. It was just kind of like a wave on his face.
Yeah.
Dude, he just looks at him and he was like, "Well, that kind of hurt." Kind of reminded me of like the monsters in freaking Space Jam and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
He to me it looked like it hit the bill of the helmet just a tad to maybe kind of slow it down a little.
I don't know, man. Even if it hits the front and it still hits your face, that's still coming 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm not saying it didn't hurt.
No, thank you.
No, man. It looked like it hit him here, and then it kind of went off, and then just hit him in the arm. Because he's a left. Oh, this side, right? Was it this side, or I forget what side it was. But yeah, dude, 96 mile per hour fastball coming to your face, and then he didn't even get cut or nothing, and he just took it like a champ. And then he was just like, let me go ahead and email this guy or send him a message and say, hey, dude, I know it's a mistake, whatever. He kind of like, if you want to talk about it, we can do it. And what else can you expect from Bryce Harper, right? Like Bryce Harper is actually being supportive of this guy, because then he hit Didi Gregorius after he hit Bryce Harper, and he hit him in the ribs, and he hit him with a 95 mile per hour fastball. So he could have injured him as well. So he was wild. I mean, what do you guys think, though? Do you guys think they should go ahead and continue doing that 3-batter, must face those 3 batters? Or if a pitcher is wild and hitting players, like, should they be able to take them out? I mean, what do you guys think?
Me personally, I think it's the coach's decision,
Yeah, but the rule states that you have to face three hitters.
Yeah, so why not? Who cares?
Keep them in there, and you got hit the third.
It's because, man, it does take a lot out of the game. Like it gets boring. Like then what?
If you bring in a reliever for just one batter, like a lefty specialist or something,
there goes another 10-15 minutes to have him warm up.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
But still, like, I don't know. I feel like in that situation, I guess the Phillies got runners on base. They had a man on first and second, and they benefited. But this guy was throwing wild, dude. Like, first pitch, the first 2 pitches that he came out coming through from the bullpen, he hit Bryce Harper, and the second pitch hit Didi Gregorius. So yeah, like straight up, like, dude, like, come on, man, you can't be doing that. And I mean, he went ahead and did it. He continued pitching and everything, but I don't know if it was it's something that MLB needs to look at. Another thing that they need to look at, man, and I don't know if you guys been noticing and you guys been watching games, the strike zone has been
it's been real bad this season.
Really bad. They're saying how Angel Hernandez is the only one that's counting strikes outside the little box that the networks has for every MLB team.
Not anymore.
I don't think it's everybody. Yeah, exactly.
I was watching Dustin May pitch, and there was a called strike that was about 2 inches above the zone, and then there was a called strike about 2 inches below the zone. Now, if you're going to have a high strike zone, that's fine. Be consistent with that throughout the game, but if you have a high strike zone, you can't count the low ones too. All you did was just expand the whole strike zone. So it's a little too difficult for hitters to be able to reach their bat all the way down there to dig it out, unless, they motion their body towards that also. But just a regular swing, you're not making contact on that. How are you going to call that a
You're
strike?
not. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Oscar's on here. How's it going? He's saying, hello, gentlemen. How's it going,
What's up,
Oscar?
man?
Jasper just joined. Good evening, fellas. What's up, Jasper? We missed you in
What's
the
up,
last
Jasper?
show, man.
I love you, Jasper.
We had a so yeah, dude, I understand the strike zone being a little bit out of what we're normally, we see a strike zone and we're used to seeing the strike zone. The hitters, like, I started seeing Mookie Betts and I started seeing how he takes his at bats now. He's kind of like worried about swinging a little bit outside, inside, and you don't know anymore. You don't know if it's going to be a called strike, called a ball. Like it's kind of weird. But I guess it's MLB is taking a different approach because you know how in the Pacific League they're trying to expand home plate right by 2 inches. So maybe they're already applying it without us really knowing it. And the umpires are kind of like, okay, we're just going to start calling whatever is close to the home plate so it can, speed up the game. And I'm gonna start looking at some stats and seeing if we have some what do you call it? If there's some stats and there's more strikeouts this year, right? So you could tell like just by looking at games. I think the Dodgers, just the Dodgers themselves, their starting pitching has been close to 10 or if not 10 strikeouts per game.
They're trying to get us some free jumbo jacks, man.
Jumbo jacks, man. Yeah. Fresh Gaming. What's up, Fresh Gaming? How's it going? So yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. We'll see what goes on with that. Any other stuff that you guys want to talk about? You guys are
well, George Springer was finally activated on
he hit his
the IL, and
Yeah.
then we finally get to see a Springer dinger in a Toronto uniform. So I believe it was the second day back and hits a home run. So
second day back. Fresh Gaming just said congratulations on the 200 subscribers. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks,
We
man.
hit the 200.
We made it.
We
Big
made
time.
it. We made it. So now we're gonna do a raffle. We're gonna have to do that raffle now, Will. So we'll just go ahead and talk about it after the show, and we'll post it on Instagram, and we'll get everybody up to date on how to. Well, you're already entered if you're subscribed, but you have to do something else for us so we can go ahead and enter you into the draft. But draft. I mean raffle. Hey guys, I know there's been some fantasy news, right? I know we talked about Dustin May. Dustin May got injured today. He's doesn't look good, man. Second inning, he threw a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, and right after that, he just started. I guess he called the bench and told him his shoulder started hurting. It's like I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm waiting for news from the Dodgers to see what happens with him. And there's been a lot of other couple of injuries where you're just like, oh man, what do I do? What do I drop him? Do I put him? Because for some reason it takes a while for them to put him into the IL, and that's just holding up a spot. Like and this situation, like my team, like Dustin May, they're not going to put him in the IL right away. What should I do? Should I just wait for the news and then from there drop him, or what do you guys suggest?
I mean, I would never drop Dustin May.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he needs Tommy John or something, and he's going to be out for the season.
Yeah.
But he's a legit starting pitcher on a really good team, the best team in baseball. So almost every time he goes out, he usually throws 6 innings. So that's a quality start. That's more than likely a win. That's he doesn't have the highest K9. I think his K9 is like 10 something. But he still gets you at least a strikeout per inning. So he goes 6 innings. He gets you 6 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Decent ERA, decent WHIP. Points. He's probably going to get you 20 points at pretty much every outing. Yeah. He's solid, man. I mean, if there's someone else on your IL when he actually does, get moved to the IL, if there's someone else on your IL, I would drop someone else and stash him instead.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, it takes forever to put in the IL, and I'm just kind of like, oh man, I need to wait, and I do need that spot. Like today, he only threw 2 innings, and that's looking good for my fantasy team. And Tony, I know you're happy about that because
I've been down the whole week, so I'm not really. And then you have 3 pitchers going tomorrow or 2. I have 0. I'm not really like, oh, here we go.
Here comes my shot.
I'm looking actually towards like maybe after week 6 is when I probably start making my push towards.
And that's when you start making more trades and start understanding. Like you understand a player better at 6 weeks. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but at the same time, I've been targeting players that have been cold, like buy low players, and I've been doing okay. But I'm taking on a lot of risk, you know. So if they don't pan out and they don't, then I'm toast. But if they do, then I'm a serious contender, I believe. You
Hey
know.
Tony, so give me one of your buy lows, and I'll give you one of mine.
Well, right now it's the two players that I've actually went out and got, which is Lindor and Giolito. Those are definitely my buy lows. Also, I guess I don't want to take from you. If you didn't pick them, then I'll mention them. What are your? Did you say 2 or 3?
I was just gonna do one because I don't want to give away too much that I'm gonna try to, make moves for in the future in the near future. But one guy that I was kind of looking at is Charlie Blackman.
Charlie Blackman.
I think he's a good buy low candidate. He's a little older. He's not on a really high scoring team, but he's solid, man, especially in a points league. And he hasn't really performed to what he usually does because he's usually hovering around 300 batting average, and he's a lot lower than that right now. So almost a month into the season, I think it's a good time to try to take a bite out of him.
Yeah. It's we're going into week 5, right? I have Giolito. I like Giolito, man. I think Giolito's a good pitcher. So I wouldn't trade him yet.
Yeah, but he hasn't been performing though.
No.
And that's probably why he is a buy low. Or not necessarily buy high, but at least something projected to be the same. Be fair. I would definitely go for them. Another pitcher that I had in mind. I hope I don't ruin this for you, Will. Is like Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks is another guy who has a solid track record. He really hasn't been giving up a lot of walks, but he has been like not good. I think he has an ERA of like 6 or something.
Yeah.
But I've been looking at him, and I think he's only averaging kind of like Maeda, my player. I have a Maeda.
Yeah.
And doesn't
he's
look
not
good.
Performing.
No,
he's doing pretty bad. Another one, good buy low candidate is Blake Snell.
Yes,
Blake Snell is not performing to the
hype that everybody thought he was, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He could barely get through the 4th inning, 5th inning.
I mean, it's not even just about that. He's giving up a lot of hits. He's giving up a lot of runs. He's running up his pitch count really
and he's
high.
walking. He's
not really getting that many strikeouts. So, Blake Snell, I mean, if he's still pretty young, he's not. I don't think he has any any injuries that he's really like prone for. I know he's been injured in the past. I think he had Tommy John surgery, but when he came back, he was great, So I think it's just new team, new venue, playing in San Diego now. You're not playing in the East anymore. So
yeah,
I think good things are coming for Blake Snell, and I wouldn't mind having him on my team for the last half of the season.
Yeah, that's a really good I guess good picture to think about, because I know we've been saying it all podcast long for the other shows, how it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and you can start seeing that. And we've been saying how many injuries have been going on this year, and it's gonna continue because it's a long season. It's like I started noticing that more now that I'm like, we're barely hitting May, and baseball is only like not even a month old, and I feel like as the season goes on, we're going to see way more injuries, man. It feels like a long season coming off of that 60 game season going into the 162. As a fan, you're kind of like, dang, they got a long way to go. When are they going to get rest? When are they going to, like they're going to be tired. They're going to be tired. It's just, you're going to start seeing farm system players come up and start taking these positions. Like, one of the things from the Dodgers, and I know it's not a Dodger podcast, but in 2016 they went and got a bunch of rookies that are now playing with the Dodgers, and I think it was the best draft that any team has ever done. So I'll go ahead and name the players. Like it's kind of funny because I just stumbled upon this information and was just like, I need to go ahead and share it. But they drafted number 1 was your boy, the second baseman,
Lux.
Gavin Lux. He was number 1 for the Dodgers, and then they went and got what do you call it, Will Smith. So he was a 2016 draft, and then Dustin May, and he was picked up on the 3rd round. So 3 players are already with the Dodgers, right? Then you have DJ Peters, which he came up a week ago. So he got drafted in 2016, and then you have Luke Riley, which he's playing with the Dodgers right now. So that's 5, right? So then number 6, and this guy got picked in the 9th round, Tony Gonsolin. So think about all those players, and all those players are playing with the major league team already, and those players got drafted in 2016. So, I mean, it's just crazy how you get to see like the teams draft and they drafted all these players, right? And now you're seeing them up here, and I can't think of another team that has so many top quality draft players playing in their team right now. And this one, like I said, I'm the Dodger fan, and I stumbled upon this, and this was pretty good information. So, yeah, man, I'm just rambling now.
Well, I think it's kind of like a nice little tidbit to kind of move on to maybe just talking about possible prospects that are going to be coming up.
And that's where I was
May.
heading to. Yeah, that's what
I was heading to. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm actually looking forward to Wander Franco. I picked him up in my Yahoo league in that NA slot. Thank you, Will. I had no idea that even existed. So I have him, and I mean, from what we saw in spring training and what we've already know about him in AAA, because I believe he's already been hitting there for a while. He looks good, man. He's got power and speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my guy, I guess, looking forward.
They're comparing him to Acuna.
No way.
Already? Dang.
Oh God.
Relax, Tony. I don't think he's going to perform that well.
Well, we'll see, right? Look what Arozarena did in the World Series last year.
Yeah.
So you never know.
We never know.
The thing is, like, our playoffs for fantasy baseball, they start way before the MLB playoffs. So when we're having our playoffs is probably when guys like Wander Franco are going to get called up. Guys like Mackenzie Gore, some prospects that we know should be in the majors already. Yeah. And that's a really good tip. You just mentioned Mackenzie Gore. Like, know your team that you root for and know who's coming up. You have a better understanding of your team, and you can beat other people. Like I said, I mentioned those guys. They are up right now, and there's a lot more in the minors, right? So there's going to be a lot more players coming up. Like we mentioned in the beginning of the show, Dustin May is injured. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be one of those prospects coming from the minor leagues going up to take up that slot, if not someone from the bullpen, right? So there's injuries, there's players to be like drafted. So keep an eye on these players that are out there. Is there another player that you guys can think of on top of your head that you guys can give to our viewers, like so they can go ahead and look for this guy? A prospect?
A prospect or someone that's not really on the major league team right now. When is it starts in May, right? I think, or it's June when they can bring up someone from the minor league.
It's already started.
Season. It started?
Yeah, I think so. But most of the time, what ends up happening is most teams want to have their players go and play a few games in AAA before actually calling them up. Because like if they don't, because I don't think that's actually started though. You know what I mean? That season starts in next week, I think. Yeah. For AAA and stuff like that. So I think they're gonna wait and have them play like maybe 2 weeks. So more than likely we won't see prospects being called up till like maybe mid-May. But I mean, I'm keeping an eye on. I don't think he'll make the cut, but maybe Bobby Witt Jr. from Kansas City. Yeah. But he's never played AAA. That's the only reason I say that I don't think he'll make the cut.
But some of the players just play from AA though. He come straight from AA up to the majors.
Some of them?
Once in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he played
wow.
spring training, and he was awesome in spring training for them.
Yeah,
But he has no experience in AAA, so that's why I think he's gonna play there maybe the entire season.
yeah.
Like another player that I have in mind is Honyer. I forget his name, but he's with the Cubs, and he's already playing
Oh.
with them.
Nico
Something like that. I forget his
Nico
name.
Horner.
Yeah, there you go. That's his name. Yeah, he's already
Nico?
playing with the Cubs, and he's
Yeah, he looks good, man.
hmm
Him and the guy you were talking about, Kirillov from
Oh yeah, he's
Minnesota.
already up.
Minnesota.
Mhm.
Yeah, those guys are both hot right now.
Um,
Jasper, actually, I saw that Jasper picked up Kirillov in our league. The only reason why I didn't pick him up is because I ran out of acquisitions. I actually could have because Corbin Burns went on the COVID list, so I could have just used one of those extra acquisitions. But the problem is I would have to drop someone because I didn't have any IL spots to put him in.
Yeah.
So it sucks to be me.
So
Yep.
Jasper just said Spencer
winning
Torkelson.
and stuff. Boo-hoo.
Torkelson, I like Torkelson.
Torkelson, yeah,
That's a good one.
it's a really good one. Thanks, Jasper. Keep
Who else?
getting some notes.
Jared Kelenic? Is that his name?
Tomac? Yeah.
Yeah, with Seattle. Seattle has like a nice little farm system.
Yeah,
Players,
they have a good team though. I think they
Yeah.
have a little sneaky team.
Yeah. They just need their pitching to be better.
A little
Starting
better.
pitching.
Yeah, their pitching is not all that there. Man, I lost my train of thought. I know I wanted to mention something about Bellinger. Tony, you still have Bellinger on both of your leagues.
Yes.
Any news on him? Is he coming back?
He did batting practice, and they said that he's, fine. That he felt good.
Yeah.
But is he
last-
running?
That's it. They said that that's what he's gonna do next.
So
But
is he gonna play in the minor leagues first, or is he gonna go straight
more
up?
than
to-
likely, I think he's gonna see action in the minor leagues.
Yeah, he'll probably play at least a game or two.
Yeah,
then back up.
probably. I'm hopeful for maybe a week, 2 weeks. That's what I'm guessing. He's been out since
He's been out quite a
like
while.
April something.
I
April
think-
second week.
I think it's
of-
been
of
March,
baseball.
wasn't it?
No, it
No,
was like
second
April.
week
Oh
of
no,
baseball.
no, because the season started in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like April 6th or something like that. I forget. But
Yeah.
I did some homework, some research.
research?
And they were just from what I read is most hairline fractures are about 4 to 6 weeks. So we're at week 4 right now. So they're more than likely they're gonna, get them running, get them playing, and then by
Mhm.
I think by week 6 he should be back.
It's kind of scary because if you bring a guy back early, he's just going to injure himself even more.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers aren't stupid. So
Yeah, and
you know,
they
and they're not desperate to have him back.
exactly they're so deep that they have a handful of players that could replace just him.
Yeah.
Beatty's up right now. Rayleigh's up right now. DJ Peters could get called up at any time. I think he went back down to AAA, right?
He did. It was just one of those things that they called him up for a spot, I guess. I think it was when Mookie Betts had his back problem or his little, I don't know, spasm. And I think it was only 2 games. So he didn't do all that well either. That was against the Padres. Remember, he struck out with bases loaded.
Yeah. Hey, what's up with Corey Seager's defense lately, man?
Yeah, I don't know. He's that's why I'm telling you, it feels like it's really a long season, man. I've been seeing errors. I've been seeing like it's kind of like lagging. I don't know if it's I don't know, man. It's hard to see these plays. Like I've been seeing the errors. His fielding is not all there, and he's not the only player though. You've seen it on Tatis. Like he goes out for some plays, and he's
that's
like,
actually what I was gonna say. It's like Tatis and Seeger, amazing hitters, but both of them go out there and they just throw the balls away or they're bobble it, or a lot of times I see Seeger just kind of play it off his chest and then it bounces off and goes behind him.
Yeah.
How's it play off his chest and then still getting up behind him?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Tony, but your boy Rizzo, who's gonna get in the fight today? And
he was? You don't fuck with Rizzo, man.
Yeah, but he didn't step up. You know who stepped up was Bias. Bias was like, So I think Garrett was like, he was just like, you know how he always talks to himself. So after he struck out Rizzo, he just went something like that and looked at the dugout. And Baez was like, man, like, dude, get your ass out of here, you know, whatever. And so they then just started barking at each other. You could tell the umpire was kind of like, hey man, shut up. And then when he saw the benches clear, he was just like,
Really?
I can't do anything.
Okay.
Like I can't do anything. The only thing I can do is just let you guys get at it, and then you guys gonna get suspended. So
And Rizzo struck out Freddie Freeman this week
Yeah.
too.
All
he
that
did too.
Yeah.
curveball.
Is that the slowest? No, right? It's not the slowest curveball.
No, it was actually up there. It was in like the high
60s.
60s, I think.
Oh, really? But he told them it was coming, man. What the hell? How can he
And it was
not
a
hit
strikeout swinging too.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those like, oh, I'm waiting for it. Just put it there. He served it up, and he just couldn't connect. It must have been a really good curveball, I guess. Kyle Lewis is going to be decent. That's what Jasper just said. So, do you guys feel the same, or
Yeah,
you know,
I like Kyle Lewis.
Kyle Lewis? Jasper,
I'm impartial. I'm
Jasper,
not looking
hold
at
on. What's up, man? Kansas City's gonna take the division, or the White Sox gonna step it up? Because you know Kansas City is. I mean, they're not going. I mean, the season just started, but they look pretty decent. And look at the Giants. The Giants are in first place. Who would have known that, man? The Giants, even the Red Sox. The Red Sox are in first place.
the
and
Diamondbacks, bro.
They're playing pretty decent ball. So
Oh heck yeah, they're playing like I don't know. I think they're just contact, just like San Francisco, because San Francisco, but their pitching has a lot to do with it too.
San Francisco?
Yeah, San Francisco winning games is their pitching has a lot to do with it. Where I would say Arizona, it's their hitters. But those two teams, man, they're definitely a big surprise I would say to everybody, considering that they're in the same division with the Dodgers and
the Dodgers aren't playing good at all, man.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's a long game, man. Yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. The Padres are playing the Giants right now, so they're going at it. It's not like the Padres are beating up on these teams. They're playing neck to neck, so we'll get to see. So Jasper just answered Sox better, get it going. KC has a chance, you know. So yeah, they do have a chance. We talked about it before.
Yeah,
if they go ahead and get that one pitcher. Yeah.
Them and the Red Sox were my sleeper team.
Yeah, and then the Reds, dude. The Reds are playing good baseball too.
Yeah, and I definitely didn't see San Francisco and the Diamondbacks being.
Well, remember San Francisco did the same thing last year. I think they beat the Dodgers in the first series that they faced each other. They have some good contact hitters. They swing just for contact. They're not trying to swing for the fences. They get on base. They move each other over. They play small ball. They play old school baseball. And against these teams that are just so free swinging that are going to have 20 strikeouts in the game, though, you know, they're going to score a lot of runs off of those guys, you know?
Yeah. But I don't think the Giants beat the Dodgers in the series because the Dodgers haven't lost a series since.
No, this was last year when I was saying last year.
2019, I believe. Because last year they didn't lose a series. And they didn't lose a series. They just lost a series this year to the Padres, which is kind of ironic. But yeah, I think the Giants are been playing some. I don't think they've been playing all these great teams, have they? They've been playing the Marlins. They played the Brewers already. Then the Brewers aren't no joke either. They're pretty good. I think did they beat the Dodgers today?
Yes, I think they did.
They did.
Not yet. It's 2-2.
Oh, it's still 2-2. Okay, well, there you go. I was seeing them play. They got some new players. They don't have Ellis. They have a bunch of rookies on that team, and they're playing pretty good. So I think that's another team you guys need to keep your eye on the Brewers. I think.
Yeah, Brandon Woodruff really kept the Brewers in the game today.
He did.
Josh Hader just shut out the ninth. So now the Brewers are going to come up in the bottom of the ninth and see if they can pull off a walk-off. Yeah. But we'll see, man, because Blake Trinan just got called in right now. So it's a 2-2 game in the bottom of the ninth, just about to start right now. So hopefully we get to the 10th and start with that runner on second base.
Hey, Will, so Jasper just said, who you got for Blackman? So I'm guessing he
Oh,
wants.
man.
You guys need to discuss what's going on right here. If you guys want to go ahead and make that trade, make that happen.
Well, he said he wanted Kopech, so I could do Kopech plus someone else if you're interested.
Oh, that can happen right now.
That's a
Make it
little
happen.
intriguing, especially considering that he's like a White Sox fan.
Yeah, he wanted Kopech a couple weeks ago. He asked me for him, and I said no, because nothing on his lineup really looked too intriguing.
But now Blackman is like, wait a minute.
Yeah, well, if you're off on Blackman, I mean, I could do. I don't know. I'll have to send him a DM later on.
Oh,
Let me slide in those DMs.
Oh no, man! He can send the trade right here. Go ahead and talk it right here. We could talk about it.
Well, I gotta weigh my options, man. I mean, listen to my lineup.
Options? What options?
Listen to my lineup, man. I got Buster Posey, who's been freaking hot lately. Reese Hoskins, who
Hold on, before you continue, Will, did you draft Buster Posey as your catcher, or you just picked him up?
I drafted him.
You drafted him? Okay. All right. Yeah.
So actually, my bad. That was a different fantasy league.
Oh, okay.
So this one, I got Wilson Contreras, he's been hitting some dingers kind of here and there, but he's off to a slow start. I actually just pulled off a trade for Luke Voigt. So I ended up getting Luke Voigt for
Conforto's heating up, man.
For Conforto. So that's okay though, because my outfield, I still have Franmil Reyes, Eddie Rosario, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Juan Soto, who's on the IL right now.
Oh yeah, you're set. So you can.
Yeah, I'm set on outfield. I was trying to get rid of one, and then I finally got it, and then I actually got Luke Voigt out of it. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yes, good pickup.
Yeah, for the meantime, I have Jesus Aguilar at first base, who he's been on fire lately too. He's just hitting bombs every day.
Yeah, he's raking. That's a good pickup. Hey, Will. He's a really good pickup though, Aguilar. He's a really good pickup. And we talked, you're right, Tony. We talked about him the last episode when he was with the Brewers and how he was raking there too. So I think
so. In the last week, Jesus Aguilar went from 17% to 64%.
Well, he hit
just in 1 week, man.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's
he's real hot.
He hit 4 bombs.
And that's just what, Yahoo, or is that ESPN?
I would say throughout the board. If people are in need of like a first baseman or a corner infielder, he should be rostered around 60 to 70%.
He has 6 home runs in the last 8 games.
Ridiculous. 6 home runs?
6 home runs in the last 8 games. That's insane.
Was he player of the week?
He should be.
He should be. Yeah,
there's a lot of players. A lot of players this week hit 4 bombs. I think your boy Nelson Cruz hit 4 bombs this week too.
Yeah, he's been on fire too.
Yeah, there's quite a few
the
players.
The thing with Nelson Cruz though is he'll go out for a day and it'll be like, oh, his foot was hurting him, and then he'll come back the next day and hit a bomb.
My foot.
Yeah, he's old, man.
Dude's crazy, man. I love his power.
Yeah. Man strength.
Yeah, I got a lot of injured
players. That's the 40-year-old man strength, though.
Yeah, it is. That's that second and third and fourth wind right there.
Yeah. Do you guys know about Miguel Cabrera? Is he all right for you guys, or is he just like overrated now?
No,
he's done.
I would much rather have a Votto.
Yeah.
Joey Votto over him.
At least Votto still walks a lot, and he's going to score some runs.
Hits bombs.
Once in a while.
Once in a while. Recently. He became like the second or third player in like Red Sox history to hit 300 home runs. Just a little.
Who?
Joey.
You said Red. You're talking about the Reds. You said Red Sox.
No, I said Reds.
Boy. Oh damn! I heard you wrong then.
Yeah, probably. It's probably the microphone you got me.
In the last 10 games, Votto has 2 home runs.
How many?
In the last 10 games, Votto has 2 home runs.
See, that's good.
2 home runs.
It's all right, but I wouldn't want him as my starting first baseman.
No,
which I did have him as my starting first baseman for a little bit. I
because you picked him up right when he started hitting, and
but
then you dropped him
to Cabrera. Come on.
Yeah.
Is Cabrera still playing first base, or is he a DH?
I think he's still first base.
He's still first base. All right. So
Nope.
look, I got the Yahoo. I got the 63% rostered, and then the ESPN 59%. So yeah, he's up there from 23%. So yeah, that's a big difference from when he wasn't. I guess he wasn't drafted, and now he's getting picked up. He's really hot. Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to cut you guys out. I just wanted to throw that out there for for whoever was out there listening. So yeah, he's still if you guys need someone at first or even DH, he's a good guy to pick up. He's been raking pretty much. So you heard it from Will. He likes this guy.
For now.
For
Until
now,
he
for
cools
now.
off, then I'll
Until
drop
he
him.
cools off. But he's with the Marlins too, man. So
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people take the Marlins a little light. I think it's just a scrappy team that there's a bunch of nobodies in that team, and if probably someone's gonna be like, nah, man, there's a bunch of
The thing is, like,
Yeah, man,
they're all
somebody.
You want to hear about drafting? Dude, they have a bunch of great players that are
yeah, they do.
from within their own system.
Yeah.
You know, their pitching staff is crazy good, man. Sixto Sanchez, who hasn't even played this year. He's awesome.
That's a guy they haven't even put in the DL. I mean, the IL, right? They haven't even put him on the IL. Why?
No, but he's in NA. That's why, because they sent him down to AAA first.
AAA first, and then he got injured, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's who they have? Trevor Rogers.
Yeah.
They have
That's
Pablo
the guy
Lopez.
that's really been keeping the team alive, man.
Yeah.
That guy's incredible.
Sandy Alcantara is good too, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
really?
like Rogers better.
Carlos Rogers, Cholito, and who? You wanted to make Will decide on a trade? What's up? Me and you right now. I'm on the spot.
Hey, let's talk about
Let's move on
Jasper.
to
He
the
said
next-
Buxton. He said that Tony give him hell, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Me and Jasper went back and forth on Giolito for a while,
Yeah.
for like two weeks now. We were like, oh no.
2 weeks?
Yeah, we were like, you do this. No, you do that. No.
Really?
Yeah, well, maybe
man.
not 2 weeks like consecutively, but like every like few days,
Yeah.
I'll be like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then he'll like counter.
What if I give you?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Carlos. What's up? I just traded for Giolito with Jasper.
Oh, really?
I like
Oh,
I did
Giolito,
see
man. I
that.
think I
I
want to
did see
wait.
that.
I want to wait a little. I want to at least wait to week 6. and
Okay,
see
well,
what
week
he's gonna
6,
have,
and he's
like-
still doing the same. I'm gonna offer you like nobody.
Nah, you're gonna offer me something better, man, because he's gonna
No.
do better. I know he's gonna do
Then
better.
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
they're gonna
want
pick it
him
up.
though, because he's.
But then you're not going to want to drop him anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look.
Right
I
now
wasn't
it's-
trying to drop him. I'm not trying to drop him. I'm trying to keep him.
I'm
You
just
can try
okay,
to-
Sila. You can
you
let me
can
know
try to-
that, and then I could just be like, okay, I gotta go look at somebody else, like
Yeah.
Castillo's. Or
I just let you know right now.
or-
Look. The
Okay,
problem is that in Chicago is still cold. It's still cold out in Chicago, so that arm is still not loose.
Yeah, as soon as it gets hotter, man.
As soon as it gets
hotter,
hotter,
then everybody's gonna.
he's gonna start playing better. Just what I say about I'm gonna say the same thing about Chicago Cubs. They're gonna get it going a little bit. What is it? Jock Peterson's out with a stiff neck, or no, it's his wrist, right?
His wrist. Yeah.
His wrist. Okay, so I always say that about teams like the White Sox and the Cubs and even Cleveland. I feel like they're in cold weather
Yeah,
states.
St. Louis.
All those states up there, I feel like they get it going mid-May. So I think for fantasy owners, if you have players from those states, I think you should wait till it's week
All the
6 or
northern
7.
states.
Yeah, all those northern states, just because of the cold weather, man. Baseball's not played in cold weather. It's made to play in the summer.
That's why all
And-
those places where it snows and it rains a lot, they need a dome, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stadiums that have the dome.
The Rockies. They just played in the snow not too long ago, right?
The Rockies.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
It was the Rockies and the Astros. They played literally in the snow. I was like, am I watching a football game?
I was like, I hope Altuve gets frostbite.
I like that shirt though. I like the shirt. Will, you want to show it off, man?
Ooh.
Houston
Oh.
Asterisks.
Yeah.
I need the hat now.
Yeah, you need the hat so you can match. You need the shoes, the pants, the underwear, everything.
The tattoo.
Everything. Yeah. I think I forget. Tony Giolito. I think I just want to wait. Like I said, the cold states. Yeah. But I'm letting you know now, so you can go ahead and look for who you need to look for.
Yeah. So
but by
Javi,
week
if you're
6
out
or
there, Castillo.
is he out there?
I don't know if he's on. I haven't seen him respond or anything like that.
All right, Carlos.
Yeah.
Tony will give you Bellinger for Giolito.
No, he won't.
No,
Would you? Yeah, see?
I would wait the 2 weeks. But you know what? I probably would make that move if Giolito gets hot between now and when Bellinger is coming back. That wouldn't be a bad move.
It wouldn't be a bad move because I think even if Bellinger's not hot, I will still pick him up. Only because I need an outfielder.
Yeah, but see, I need
what league?
In what league? In all the leagues.
Really? I got you, Doug. I got outfielders on deck.
Oh, so you're trying to get Giolito to trade a Tony so you could be like,
dude, I offered you I think I offered you Haniger and Winker. But I think that's
I think Winker's gonna cool off though, man.
But see, look, man, I think he won't.
You don't think so?
Nah, more than likely I'm gonna hold on to him throughout the whole season. He's always been a guy that like he was projected because you guys probably don't follow the Reds. The Reds. I have because I'm a fan of
Joey Rovato.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of Rizzo, so I follow the Cubs too. But
you don't say.
Yeah. so I remember he was always like one of their top prospects, and I think he just hit like 30 home runs like in 2019. I have to check his numbers.
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about
Winker.
Okay. Yeah, let me bring
Jesse
up
Winker. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up too, so we can talk about him. And we can probably
feel
make
like
that
he's
trade.
finally becoming that player that they've been hoping for. So
is he a utility player? I still haven't brought up.
No, he's an outfielder. He's an everyday outfielder.
Everyday outfielder, nice.
Yeah.
Right. Well, he's in Yahoo. He's rostered 87%, and ESPN 94%. Yahoo 87. I think that's kind of low. What do you think? He should be up in the 90s at least.
Yeah.
At least I'm just saying. I don't
think
know.
so.
Who are you talking about again?
Winker. And he you know what? I was wrong. He don't have 30 home runs. But he let's see.
He's good.
16 home runs in 2019, and he played 113 games. So it's not all that.
Jesse Winker came into the league, and there's a lot of experts that thought that he was going to be, the next big thing. And maybe he's just coming into his own now because it took him a couple seasons. Like I remember when they were talking about him, I drafted him in one of my drafts, and I had him in my NA spot, when he was still a rookie. And he got called up, and I was like, oh man, this guy let me down. Next year, I didn't draft him, but after making my after draft moves, he ended up on my team again. And I think I added and dropped him a couple times, when he would get hot and then drop him again. But this is the type of guy that could have a 300 average and sustain it throughout the season.
Yeah.
Maybe this is his year where he finally like breaks out, and maybe this is what we're going to see from him consistently.
Yeah. So he's not a bad player. You look at him.
He's not.
Yes.
He's not. I think it's one of those things that you have to take a chance on, right? Like,
update. Dodgers just scored in the top of the 10th. So it's 3-2 with bases loaded, 1 out.
What? They did it?
They did.
Justin Turner got a base hit.
Finally scored.
Got an RBI, and they just walked. I think it was Rios, whoever was up after Justin Turner. And now Kershaw's hitting.
Oh my God! Of course,
pinch hitter.
The Kersh.
Why are they always pinch hitting Kershaw?
Because he's a good hitter, man.
2020.
Is he?
He goes oppo, dude.
I'll be right back.
They have him. Even if they don't play any shift on him, dude, he goes oppo and it goes right over the third baseman's head. He's a pretty decent hitter, dude.
He slaps it over there. It looks like he slaps it over there. Yeah, exactly. He slaps it over there.
I think it's because he's late on it all the time, and it's not intentional. That's just because he's not the best hitter in the world, and it just works out that way. You hit it a little bit late, and it goes to the opposite side of the field.
He's one of those players. You know, when I was playing high school ball and they were throwing like 90 plus, I would just go like, I know my approach was thinking go outside and just throw the bat out there. Just throw the bat out there, see what happens. And I'm pretty sure that's what Kershaw's doing, and it works for him. I guess he found a way to get on base and how to hit. So, yeah,
Well,
good for him.
it's 0-2.
It's good for him. Good for
0-2,
Kershaw.
bases loaded, 1 out. So he's going to have to do something right here. Hopefully he doesn't ground out into a double play. But I mean, even so, Dodgers are up 3-2. So
who's
Kenley
closing
Jansen,
the games? Kenley Jensen?
Kenley Jansen just pitched the 9th. So if he does come out in the 10th again, it's going to have to be, 10 pitches, maybe 15 at most, because he's not going to be able to go that long.
I don't know, dude. I don't trust Jansen doing all that. But if that's what all they have and that's all they need to do, I mean, to get a W, then they have to do it. I was looking at a video on Instagram, closer for the Padres. The last couple of nights that he closed out the game against the Giants, the strike zone was way bigger than normal, man. And I don't know if it's because his slider, I think he does have a slider, right? His slider or his cutter, whatever it was, it looked like it was in the corner, but it finishes way off the plate.
See, and I understand that. You got some pitchers out there with just this amazing stuff, and they hit the corner or just outside the corner, and it's a called strike sometimes. It's coming in hot. And that just the break on the ball, sometimes it looks like a strike. And I got to give it to some of the catchers out there too. Buster Posey, Austin Barnes, Yadier Molina. These guys are elite at framing the corners, guys like Will Smith, the Dodgers drafted him for his bat, not for his catching skills. He's still
2016 draft. Remember that.
There you go. Same thing with Wilson Contreras, right? This guy has a cannon. He throws out guys at second base easy, but he's not the best pitch framer. Real Muto is probably one of the best at pitch framing, and he's a decent hitter, So I think that's why he's so sought after. It's not just because of his bat skills, but also his defense.
Grandal.
Grandal. Yeah, Grandal's really good at pitch framing.
I think that's why. So I think Yasmani Grandal is one of the first. I guess by rank, he's number 1 in framing because he knows how to manipulate the glove to where he can catch it. It's weird how they practice doing all that stuff. And if a ball's gonna go inside, he kind of manipulates to catch it a certain way so it can look like a strike. And that's how the pitchers here with the Dodgers were so successful because of him. So the catchers after him needed to learn from him, and I guess that's why they decided to let him go. They're ready. Yeah, they were ready. They got whatever they needed from him. That's what usually happens with veterans, right? They show the young ones, and then they like, it's time for you.
AJ Ellis.
AJ Ellis.
AJ Ellis was a great catcher.
Yeah, but not a good hitter at all. He was under that Mendoza line.
What's that fool?
Yeah.
The one that was Kike Hernandez's dad. The Silver Fox.
Chase
Utley. Chase Utley.
Yeah, man. He was a great veteran guy. I liked him a lot.
You know who else was good? Freeze. David Freeze. Another veteran.
He was so clutch, man.
Yeah.
I wish he was more clutch for us when we signed him.
Yeah. But
he was clutch with the Cardinals, though. I remember David Freeze. They won the World Series because of him.
Yeah.
Because of David Freeze. If it wasn't for him,
MVP, right?
Yeah, that bomb in Game 6.
Yep.
They would have not won that World Series. I think David Freeze is like really legit. But what was it? Chase Utley was in his prime when he won the World Series with the Phillies, right? In 2008. Yeah. Was it 2008?
2008.
2008. Jimmy Rollins, Howard at first.
Oh, Ryan Howard.
Yeah, Ryan Howard at first. And who was
Cole
it?
Hamels.
Cole Hamels. Dang, that had a squad, dude. That had a big time squad. You had was it Lynch or Lidge, the closer?
I don't
remember he was I guess he was a starter, and then they made him into a closer, and he was legit. He was good.
A lot of closers start out like that. I mean, every closer starts out like that because no one goes into high school baseball thinking they're only going to pitch 1 inning at a time. But a lot of professional MLB starting pitchers have transitioned into the bullpen and then all of a sudden become an elite closer. Look at Ian Kennedy. Ian Kennedy used to be a starting pitcher for the Royals, and now he's a closer.
For who? Kennedy?
I think he's still with the
with
Royals.
the Royals.
With
Yeah,
the role,
he's
is he a
he's-
closer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a closer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
man.
thought he was a starter, dude. I saw him pitching, but I didn't. And I saw what inning it was. I'm like, oh, he's gonna throw a complete game. I'm like, but no, seriously, I'm like, he's gonna throw a complete
He's
game. I'm like,
far
oh, I
removed
guess.
from that. He
Yeah,
hasn't been that type of pitcher.
He's
I
a
don't
lot
think since
older
he-
too. He's a lot older.
Yeah.
You know, one that stunned me, and I still like, I'm kind of like, why did they remove him to be a starter? Was John Smoltz. He was still throwing gas, and they removed him to be a closer. And I remember he was pissed off because he didn't win the Cy Young award when Eric Gagne won it, because they were neck to neck and they were battling. And I think Gagne had a little bit more saves, but I think John Smoltz had more strikeouts. So he was pretty pissed off because he was like, oh, closer should never win a Cy Young. Why should they win a Cy Young? And so Eric Gagne had a record of, I forget how many consecutive close saves he had. And
30 something.
No, it's way more
Wasn't
than
it?
that, man. I think it was in the 50s. I want to say in the 50s.
Yeah, because it was multiple seasons.
It was
put
multiple
together.
seasons. It finished the season, and then it carried on to the second season, which was kind of amazing. But yeah, John Smoltz was still throwing gas as a starter, and then they decided to move him as a closer. But he was good in both. He was really good in both. He didn't lose it as a starter. They just decided to put him out there, and it's like, all right, well, it worked out for him. He pitched into his later years of age, and it worked out for him. Did he win the World Series with Red Sox? Did he go to the Red Sox? No, he was with the Braves. Was he with the Braves all his career? Believe so, right?
I don't know, man. That's all you, man. You're the history guru.
I think he was. I think he was with the Braves all his career.
Another one too, Drew Pomeranz with
Drew
the
Pomeranz with the Padres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be a starting pitcher.
He was a starting pitcher. He's still throwing gas. He's still throwing what, 95, 96?
Yeah.
So it's working out for him in the bullpen. I guess he's just one of those one inning guys. And that's the thing. Like, these guys can throw gas for 5, 6, 7 innings, but they can't locate it. And I think Pomeranz had that problem when he was a starter. He would walk a lot of players. And that's where he was like, let's just put him in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Sometimes
for him.
that's okay in the bullpen because these guys only see you. You know, it's usually only 3 or 4 guys that see you. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're not used to your style yet. So you can throw something if your stuff is good, you know, as a starting pitcher, if you're throwing and you're getting a lot of swings and misses, they'll adjust to you by the time they come around to face you again, which is what happens to Blake Snell a lot, right? That's why they take him out so early. But as a reliever, you know, they don't have time to adjust yet. They're learning as they're watching you in the moment.
Yeah. Tony, you got a question for you, man. You want to read it off?
Huh? Where? Are you bad?
Kind of quiet over there, man. What's going on?
Man. No, I'm just listening.
Okay. So if there's any questions out there, go ahead and let us know what you guys. We got the gurus here. We had a good show last time. We had Will here in California. He came visit his parents, and we were here having a good time. And I mean, I liked it, dude. I liked the I guess we were all together, and it felt different, didn't it? It felt like it was like more alive. I feel.
No, I feel like I didn't show enough appreciation for those tacos, man.
Why?
I really hit the spot.
Yeah.
I've been missing those California tacos, man. Those SoCal tacos. It's different over here, dog.
Are you missing them right now or what?
I'm a little bit.
The next show, I'll go ahead and eat one in front of you, so you can be like,
Dang.
"Oh,
All right, I'm
I'm
gonna
just playing, man. If there's a way for me to send the smell out there through the camera, that would be dope.
Scratches.
Any viewers out there, if you guys have never had a California taco from a legit like taco truck, you don't know what you're missing, and you need to go to SoCal and you need to go get some right now.
Yeah,
some tacos
right now. Like buy your flight right now. With some onions and cilantro and some lime. Oh my god.
Eat some salsa. Don't forget the salsa, man.
Dang, I started to drool a little bit.
Hey,
yo,
I kind of want to get back into like maybe talking about some players that like who are you guys willing to cut right now?
Part ways.
Like, are you like done with, like, if you still have them, like just get rid of them already?
I was
'Cause, like,
I was about to this week. I was about to if this guy didn't pick it up in the Stanton. Yeah,
I
you
knew
how
it.
you know, yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, I was just like, oh man, no, this guy's just
Because
taking up a
you're so
roster spot.
stacked, bro. I don't think a lot of teams would be talking about dropping Stanton if they didn't have.
I wasn't gonna drop
team.
him. I was gonna trade him. I was thinking
He
of trading
tried.
him.
I tried too.
Yeah.
'Cause I got him in a different league.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's just he was just frustrating, man. I had players that I picked
he
up
was
from
like 0 for 20 something.
yeah, and now he's turning it on, but for how long, right? We'll get to see that. We'll see how long he's going to be fired for. But this week he's gotten me like 33 points. He didn't play today, but he's gotten me 33 points this week, which is way more than the entire season just this week alone. Yeah. You know, so yeah, that's how frustrating it's been with this guy. So I've been putting him on the bench and then just be like, damn, this guy went -5 in one of the games. So I'm like, good thing I didn't have him in the game. So
I was like that with Suarez today. Because Suarez got 3 strikeouts. I was mad because I didn't see that Chris Taylor wasn't going to be in the lineup until too late. So by that time, I didn't have time to switch him out with Suarez at shortstop. So I ended up having Chris Taylor in my lineup and then Suarez on the bench. But it actually worked out great because Taylor pinch hit and he got a stolen base out of it after he walked. And Suarez went 0 for 4 with 3 Ks.
Ooh.
So it actually worked out the best for me.
Yeah. Suarez is another candidate for a buy low. That guy hits bombs, you know, and he's gonna have he's gonna get RBIs and possibly some runs. But
I think he'll finish the season with 30 home runs.
Oh, more than likely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He needs to get hot. But I think it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, like you guys said, a lot of those states where they're a little bit more northern, it gets cold.
It gets cold. It gets cold, and it sucks for them because their season starts the same time as here, and they're still playing in that snow weather.
In Southern California, you're playing in 70-degree weather in April,
which is good weather.
You look at like New York, and it's like in the 30s, and they're freezing their asses off.
Yeah, I was looking at the standings for the East Coast. All those teams are in under 500, man. The Phillies are 13-14. Washington is 11-12. The Mets are 10-11. Atlanta 12-14. Miami's 11-15, and all within a game and a half within each other. So they've been beating up on each other over there. So once the summer starts, I'm pretty sure all these teams are gonna get heated up, and they're gonna,
I mean, it's not just the hitters, right? It's the pitching too.
The pitching. It's mostly the pitching.
How can you grip a baseball when your hand is 30 degrees? You have no grip.
Loose? How can you get loose, and how can you get going if that's going? Well, DeGrom has been pitching really good, lights out. He hasn't won. He lost 2 games or 3 games already.
He carries hand warmers in his pocket.
Does he?
Just kidding. I have no idea.
I was like, what? Him and the what is it? DeGrom and Cole, the Yankees and the Mets. They're the leading ERA, right? And for the National and for the American League.
I don't know. You seen any hats popping from Garrett Cole lately?
No, but I seen some gloves popping. Tony, I send you that video. I'm gonna make a video of that guy. So there's been some gloves popping, man. This guy on TikTok. I just saw the video and I decided, I'm like, man, let me see if I can find something else. And I found another video where he's catching the ball and then he's going like this twice, and then his bases loaded. Bases loaded,
no outs.
Yeah, they have a rookie player, a rookie pitcher. I don't know who that guy is. So his thumb is over there kind of getting caught on his glove. So I'll send you the video so you can see it. But I saw it on TikTok and I'm just like, last year we saw the cap pop in. This year we've seen the glove pop in. So we'll I don't know.
I feel like it's something that's been around forever. I don't really care.
Do you guys remember 2018 when the Red Sox won the World Series? David Price was actually patting Joe Kelly on his chest, and you could see the jersey actually stick to David Price's fingers.
Oh, really?
All right, later, man.
Oh, hey, do you guys remember the Little Giants? Remember the Little Giants?
Oh yeah, hot hands.
Yeah, hot hands. It was like, oh, what? He was trying to catch the ball. He made it look like a toilet paper or whatever. Yeah, I called my daughter Icebox because she's over there playing football. Yeah, dude, she's a freaking athlete. So kind of crazy. Tony, so you want to trade for Giolito? Make it happen. But give me a good offer, man. Give me a good offer.
Dude, I said like Rogers and Winker. And I don't think I'll. Dude, I'm taking on a lot of risk, bro.
Like, it is a lot of risk. It's risk for me too if I take Winker. What if he doesn't perform all that
Then
well?
I said Haniger. I don't think I can do anything better than that. Like,
no, I think that's a fair trade though. I think it's a fair trade. I didn't.
You guys are talking about ESPN.
Yes.
Yeah, ESPN. I didn't think it was a bad trade. Unless you're thinking it's a bad trade, but I didn't think of it because I think Winker is going to be. Will said it's going to be one of those 300.
Like Haniger is too, man.
Haniger has been up there.
You know what? The only reason, to be honest, man, I don't even care because I'll fucking keep those players.
Haniger had some questions coming into the season because of his injury where he had his testicle rupture.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
But I think, and he had cancer too, man. I think it's a great story.
Really? I didn't hear about any of that.
Cancer?
I just heard
cancer where?
That ball cancer.
Oh, damn.
I don't know.
Think so.
I know he had multiple surgeries after that happened, so that kept him out of the majors for the past 2 years. But it looks like he's kind of picking up right where he left off, right? Because he was always a pretty good hitter before.
He was always up there. Yeah.
Haniger and Winker are both like in the top 25 points producers.
Who would I drop though if I pick those two guys up and give up Giolito? I will have to drop someone.
One of your pitchers?
I'm not gonna drop another pitcher.
Let me see your team. I'm gonna go through your team right now. I forget.
Yeah,
because I remember I looked at it and I was like, well, he could probably make this move. But like I said, I'm just throwing it out there so see what you're thinking and
what I can get. Yeah, right.
Let's see. Who would you drop?
Turn to motherfucker greatest. They are free.
Yeah, who do you drop? Huh? Who do you drop?
That's a problem. I wouldn't know who to drop to place those two players, and I would need a pitcher to replace Giolito. So that's what I'm scrambling with.
See, look, but that's why I also sent. I don't think I sent it, but I'm thinking about sending it. It's Trevor Rogers from the Marlins, and then Jesse Winker from the Reds.
Yeah,
for Giolito.
And
then you probably just have to drop one of your bats, but you're fine, bro. To be honest, I'm looking at your team. You're okay.
I'm losing right now, man.
I'm just saying, like you have two question marks though, which is Giolito and Plesac.
Those are two players that I'm waiting for to come through. Up, yeah. Like if they heat up, dude. I think if these two players heat up for me, I think I'll be all right. There's
a team to be in both leagues, I think.
You think so?
I think you have one of the most solid overall teams. Will's got good ass pitching.
Yeah, oh hell yeah, he does.
I got good ass hitting too.
Nah, I like your pitching a lot better.
The problem is
not doing anything.
Look, check this out.
Yeah, tell us about your team, man. Because I honestly, your pitching is really good. It's just the hitting, dude. You lost because of your hitting. Your hitting was giving you negatives.
Look, I got Real Muto, amazing. Nate Lowe, he's been amazing lately. My starting second baseman, Arraez, the rookie. I think he's a rookie, right?
I
don't know, but he gets me like 3 points, 4 points every day. The guy from Minnesota, Luis Arraez.
Yeah.
He's available.
He's a utility guy. He moves around, huh?
Yeah, second and third, but he's been getting me like consistent, like 3-4 points.
I've seen him in the outfield a few times too.
Yeah, he's actually outfield eligible in Yahoo, but not in ESPN.
Yahoo has five. You play 5 games in Yahoo, and they'll give you the position. And ESPN has 10. That's the big difference, I think.
The Brewers just tied it up. by the way. So it's 3-3 in the 10th.
With Keston Hira. That's one of the guys that I would say probably move on from. Keston Hira. A lot of the players that I hyped up was Ian Happ. And I moved on from that guy like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Dude, there was a question for Will on Ian Happ.
Yeah, there was a guy that was asking me on Instagram if I think that Ian Happ is droppable. And I said 100% yes. You should have dropped him 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so Luis Arias is what? Yahoo is 40% and ESPN is 35%. Is he one of those guys, Will, that you feel like he can perform and he's going to be one of those guys? You said 3 points a day?
I don't think that he should be your so he's averaging 3.1 points per game. Yeah. So I think anything above 3 is serviceable.
Yes.
You don't really want him as your starting second baseman. And the only reason why I actually have him in my second base spot is because I have Ketel Marte that's hurt right now. So once he's back from injury, I could just put him back in my second base spot. And in my middle infield, I have Didi Gregorius. So I'd prefer to keep Didi there and then have Arias as my, kind of backup. I don't have Ketel Marte in my IL slot. I don't have enough. I already filled up my IL with Jazz Chisholm, who is another second baseman.
Jazz Chisholm.
And then I got Corbin Burns and Framber Valdez also on IL right now.
IL. Hey, important stat. I know how you've been talking about how you like to look at players that have good stats from back then, and he's been in the league for 3 years. In 2019, he played 92 games, and he was batting 334.
Who's he?
Batting Luis Arias.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, and then 2020, 321. So, but that was in 32 games. But he had 112 bats, which is not that bad. His OBP, it's 399 in 2019, 2020, 364, and then right now it's 379. So you have a good player, dude. Like, yeah. I'm just looking at his stats right now, and I'm like, damn.
He just has no pop.
He has no pop,
and he doesn't have speed, so he's not going to get you a lot of home runs, and he's not going to get you a lot of stolen bases. He's pretty much what Yuli Gurriel was like 5 years ago, who had like a decent batting average, but didn't really do anything else. All of a sudden, Yuli Gurriel thinks he's a power hitter, and he's just hitting home runs like left and right now. He's actually a decent one. He's a decent one. He was a sleeper for sure. He's the type of guy that could have possibly be drafted, but most likely you drop him and then pick him up kind of throughout the year. He always has, he's pretty consistent when it comes to his batting average, but lately, man, I think he has a little hidden agenda right there. He's trying to, get back in the good graces of the fans after the scandal from 2017. And this guy's just, he's probably the best hitter on the team right now.
Gurriel. Yeah, you're wearing the Houston Asterisks shirt, man. You're the one that should know about those.
Yeah, I hate those guys. I'll punch them in the face.
They're all good right now, to be honest, man. A lot of them are good. Carlos Correa. I just traded him off for Lindor. Some people may not.
Do you think Lindor is going to step up though? Like we've been talking about how he's been declining, and he's been with the Mets for 6 weeks now. Oh, what is it? 4 weeks?
Saying that he's declining. It's like the decline that he has every single season. It's like this tiny.
It's like 1 point, 2 points, right?
Yeah, I mean, in a full season, when it comes to points wise, it's probably going to be like 20 less points throughout the season. 20 points throughout the whole season, I don't care about. That's like 1 point a week,
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, Francisco Lindor is going to be a top 5 shortstop, like no questions asked.
But Tony, you had Correa, and if you would have had Lindor, that would have been one less point, and you would have lost last week instead of that tie, right?
Huh? Probably.
Didn't you tie?
No, actually, it did a stat correction, and I lost that week.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I lost that week by 2 points.
I would have been pissed if I would have.
I'm pretty upset, but whatever, man. I don't care.
That happened to us too. Remember, I was winning, or no, you were winning, and then I ended up winning the week, and then all of a sudden there was a stat correction, and then you ended up winning again.
Yeah, there was a stat correction. I think it was because of Harper that week. I
know.
forget. But
Happened?
I mean, it happens. Whatever. I don't know, but
Yeah.
but I feel like I could take. To me personally, I felt like I've already been down. Like I'm like down enough where I feel like I need to take the risk. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to be honest, a lot of people are like I see the chats on our fantasy league talking about like, oh, I wouldn't have done that trade. Tony's an idiot or whatever, you know. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I drafted Correa round 10, and then I got Sonny Gray from the waivers that same day, and I made the fucking trade. So like, how you know what I mean? If anybody's stupid, it's the other guy. No disrespect, you know what I mean? But I feel like my round 10 plus a waiver pick is so worth the risk of a round 2 guy for somebody who's probably a top 25 player. You know what I mean? I think it's worth the risk.
He's off to a slow start.
Yeah, that's how
you got to
I feel.
realize that there's still 4 more months of fantasy baseball.
Yeah,
So,
more.
And to be honest, I feel like a lot of people are going to be upset at this next trade I'm doing too with Giolito. You know, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, what is he doing? But I mean, to each their own, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we all have our own little way of managing our team. We all have our thought process of what we're going to do. Oh, sorry.
and you know what's crazy? Like they don't know that you always sneak into the playoffs, and for some reason you always find a way to win that. It's like, oh my God, you always. I don't think I've ever seen you have a hot start in fantasy baseball. I don't think I've ever seen you like get like 4-0, 5-0. No, you start picking up by what is it? We're going into week 5, right, of baseball.
Yeah, we're going into week 5.
Yeah, so then you start picking that up. Then that's when you start, getting.
And I feel with the moves I've already made, I'm telling you, by week 6, week 7. If my team doesn't come through, then I'm toast. But if they do come through, I'm going to be a serious contender. And that's what people don't understand when they like look at the trades I'm making. They're like, oh, like what a dumb guy. How can he let that go? Think about it this way. I'm going to read off my top players. Nolan Arenado, Francisco Lindor, Bryce Harper, Cody Bellinger, Jacob deGrom, and then Lucas Giolito. You tell me that's a bad team.
Yeah.
You don't have any better pitchers than Giolito?
DeGrom and Giolito. I have Maeda. I have Wheeler. I have Patrick Corbin, who showed some life today, which is a good sign because he's been really bad.
Yeah, he's been really bad lately.
Yeah.
He's been pitching like he's supposed to.
And then in like I have Anthony Rizzo. I have Marcus Semien. I think I'm fine, to be honest.
Your lineup it sounds great. Pitching could use some help. If Giolito's your second best pitcher,
dude, Jacob deGrom though, that's like having 2 good pitchers.
Yeah, that's like 1.5.
Yeah. Jacob deGrom,
especially when it's a start week for him.
Yeah, man.
When you have a 2-start week for him, you're getting like 60 points off of this dude, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's like having 2 pitchers.
Imagine he throws a no-hitter and then he gets.
Didn't you have number 1 overall and you picked deGrom? See, that's why your second best pitcher is Giolito.
Yeah.
Then number 1 overall pick. That's hard, dude. It's a really hard draft pick to have. It's nice to have the number 1 overall pick. You have every single player at your disposal. You can get anyone you wanted, and you picked a good one with deGrom, dude, especially in a points league. In a category, I wouldn't have done that. I definitely would have gone with someone with like speed and power, Acuna or Betts, or even.
Well, what he did is he picked up deGrom because it was a 12-player fantasy.
Yeah, he knew
if it was a 10. Yeah, if it was 10,
that would it would have been Giolito being his best pitcher.
Yeah.
Well, I just made that trade. That trade's going to process tomorrow.
Okay, so who was the pitcher that you drafted after deGrom?
Maeda. No, Kershaw.
Kershaw.
And
you have Kershaw? Oh, you traded Kershaw.
I traded
Bellinger.
for Bellinger when they were talking about bringing him back.
But you wouldn't have done that trade if you didn't get DeGrom #1 overall.
I don't know. More than likely, I would hold on to Kershaw. But because I had DeGrom, I was like, Bellinger's gonna be back because they were already talking about like, oh, he's eligible. He's been seen doing this.
They didn't see the hairline fracture till it was too late.
No, well, what ended up happening when he became eligible to start playing again, they asked him like, hey, how do you feel? And he's like, you know what? I feel like I haven't really progressed. It still hurts. Like the pain went away, but it's still, when I go full speed, it hurts or whatever.
Well, it was swollen too. I think they said
sent him to test additional testing.
Yeah.
He had an MRI.
Yeah,
because I think they did like a X-ray and they didn't find anything. But then when they did the MRI, that's when they saw. I don't know, man. I feel like he's still gonna be. I feel like he's gonna come back hot though, man. To be honest, I look at my team, I'm just like, you motherfuckers, watch out.
Hey, I got a question for you, Tony. Who's your first baseman in the Hobbies League?
My first baseman in Hobbies League is Freddie Freeman.
And who's your backup? First, second, first, and third. Corral. What happened to the guy from the A's? You dropped him?
Who?
Olsen?
I traded him for Bellinger.
Oh, so you traded
Olsen and who?
And who?
Olsen and.
Damn, that's a weak trade. You don't remember his name? It's probably no one. It's probably no one, huh? Man, are you kidding me?
I'm waiting for my trades to go through. Like a lot of the trades I made, the guys are hurt, and we're waiting to see what happens. But
see, you traded Olsen and you picked them up after I dropped them. I pick up Jared.
Another great trade on my end. I feel at least
you dropped Matt Olsen.
I dropped him.
Matt Olsen when he was cold.
He was cold.
He had Jared Walsh.
I picked up Jared Walsh.
Somebody else.
Oh my God!
I picked up Jared.
Hey, bro, I picked him up.
Hey, you're still in first place though, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but
whatever.
That's what I'm saying, Carlos.
Jared Walsh was a good pickup for me though. It was either him or I had to drop an outfielder.
Yeah, I guess. But Matt Olsen's been tearing it up lately.
Well,
he has. But I don't think I regret I don't think I regret dropping them. I was looking to trade them and no one would bite.
I would have. Should have told me. I didn't know.
He dropped his ass and I picked him. Look, listen to this trade. Okay. So Carlos drops Matt Olsen. I pick him up from the waivers. And then within the next couple of days.
Okay. Did you use your waiver or did he go to free agency?
I don't remember.
You had to use a waiver.
Who cares?
It was a waiver.
Here's how I ended up doing it.
No, that's a big deal because if no one else had picked him up in the league when he became a free agent, like, I don't know, man, it's Matt Olsen, that's not the type of guy that if someone drops, he's not going to get picked up.
Yeah. Well, anyways, doesn't matter.
He got dropped.
It doesn't matter if I use a waiver or you know what I mean? My waiver position. I don't really care. I would have used it anyways. If I didn't or didn't, I can't remember. Anyways, I did Matt Olsen and Marcus Stroman for Cody Bellinger and Calvin Biggio.
Oh.
So a waiver wire and around like 16, 17 for a round number 2 guy. Like in my eyes, a lot of people are like, oh, this guy's dumb for trading off these great players because they are great. They are good. But then
are they performing right now
though? Olsen was, but then he I think he got like a comebacker to him in batting practice and it hit him in the eye. So he's been out for like 5 days or so.
So and my Jared Walsh is a little bit looking pretty good right now. So I'm good.
Yeah, because he hasn't slowed down, to be honest. He's been really steady.
He was raised in minor leagues.
He became outfield eligible.
Yep.
So that was a great little
I should have not dropped them. Yeah, you're right. I should have not dropped them. But the reason why I dropped them is just I felt like everybody.
It's a 10-man league.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
true.
It's just
in a 10-man league. It is different.
It's a little different. League, a lot of players become expendable.
Because there's so much out there. There's so many other out there. Like you can pick up. Yeah. So I should have dropped Seeger, Kyle Seeger. I
That
didn't.
guy's
I
been
didn't.
good too, man. He's decent for you.
The reason why you didn't is because you traded for him.
I did trade for him.
Hey, but
You
what's he
didn't want to
doing
make
right
the
now?
trade look like.
He's been, but he's
What's
been
his
good.
average?
He's-
3.5?
What his average batting average is 2.5.
No. His point average. We're in a points league.
Points league. So his points average is rare. Let me look at it. 3.2.
That's dude.
That's good.
How much did he get you in the past 7 days?
86 points.
86 points. No, 7 days, bro. 7.
Oh, 7
31.
days. Let me look.
31 points in the
31
past 7
points.
days.
Yeah,
Dude,
which
come
is
on.
not bad.
And I've been praising that guy for seasons now. That guy's good, bro. He's good, and everybody just all like sleeps on him, like, oh, he sucks.
Yeah.
31
Well, I traded for
points.
him.
I'll pass.
Well, you did really good with Turner.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Turner
got my
went
pitcher.
off.
I got a pitcher.
You got
Charlie
Charlie
Morton's
Morton
good
out of
too.
it.
I got Charlie Morton, and Charlie Morton
He's
didn't
been
do
solid,
that bad today.
consistent.
He's been in the positive points. He's been the lowest points I got was just today, which is 10 points. Actually, no, his first start was only 3 points. But from there, he's been in the double digits. And his
Yeah.
worst start from that point has been 10 points. So I've been getting 15 plus points off of this guy, which is it worked out for both of us because I needed a pitcher. I needed someone else. You needed your third baseman.
And you got a good backup with Seeger.
Yeah, exactly. I don't dislike Seeger either. I always saw Seeger one of those players that are just one of those players that get points.
Kyle Seeger's ranked 25 in points league.
Is he?
Not that he's ranked, but he's in the top 25 producers.
But what if you go to projected?
Projected?
Dude, he's still like he's like 450 or 480. That's a
Damn.
lot.
Well,
That is a lot.
And I feel like he's one of the most consistent guys. Good. Will just doesn't like him.
no, I
I
don't.
chose
I don't. I don't think he'll
I
get
chose
anywhere
him.
close to 450.
He's good, bro. He's so
If-
solid. He's clutch. To
If
be
Kyle
honest,
Seeger reaches
I watch a lot of
450,
some Murner games too.
if Kyle Seeger reaches 450 points, I don't know, man. That's
He's older
like-
too, though. He's older, and if he reaches that, I think that's gonna be his plateau. That's it.
Oh,
And
shit.
from there,
what
What?
happened?
I hope Betts hit it out.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith hit a double, knocked in 2 runs.
Jasper said that Olsen has a shine. So I know, look, I know I like I said, I dropped the guy that they shouldn't have dropped him. But
Kyle Seeger in 2020 was
You got to forget 2020.
come on, man. Okay,
Why,
then let's
why,
forget
why?
about the World Series then. We didn't win shit.
no,
No,
we did.
Yeah,
Team-
well, shut up,
Team
Will.
stats matter. I think I've said this before. Team stats matter because you're still playing as a team and you're playing against other teams. But I don't think individual stats mean as much in 60 games than it does in 162.
Hmm.
Like, look at Marcelo Osuna in the 60-game season and look at him now.
He's struggling, man. He's the
He's
best
struggling.
outfielder ever.
Another guy you should probably be buying low.
Yeah, you could.
So Osuna.
Yeah.
Marcel Suna right now, I think honestly, I feel like he's what do you call it? He got a 4-year or 5-year deal with the Braves.
Oh, I don't
think
even know.
Yeah, I think he's just I don't know. I think he's gonna heat up later on. I don't think he's gonna be one of those players that is gonna stay quiet and just play whatever. No, I think he's gonna be pretty good. But buy low. I think you can buy
Low for sure.
Really low though. Don't
Really
don't
low.
offer.
Really low.
Winker for Osuna seems like the type of move to make.
Yeah. If it's hard to trade outfield for outfield. It's hard to trade 2 different players at the same
It's
position.
not so hard when the player is doing horribly though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I was able to trade off Lindor with Correa, just because Correa's been so hot, you know.
So who you
But-
picked up? You picked up Lindor?
I picked up Lindor for Correa and Sonny Gray. And everybody's
Gray.
giving me shit about it.
That is such a steal, dude. That is such a steal.
And everybody, even right now, I'm like looking through
Look,
the chat, and they're like, "Oh, that guy doesn't know how to trade. I'm giving away my players and stuff like that." But like, I have my own train of thought. You know, I'm managing my own way.
Correa is a slightly above league average player when it comes to the bat. Slightly above. And then
What
you
is
have
it?
Sonny Gray, who's probably going to get dropped.
Here you go.
He's going to get dropped and then picked up and dropped and then picked up. He's a streaming pitcher. That's not the guy that you put out there every single week knowing like, I'm going to trust this guy. You know, I trust Maeda a hell of a lot more than I trust Sonny Gray. And look what Maeda's doing right now.
Maeda's trash.
So but for the rest of the season, I'd much rather have Maeda than I would Sonny Gray.
Yes, that's true. And for the rest of the season, I will much rather have Lindor than Correa.
Hell yeah.
That's to me, like I said, he's a top 25 player, maybe even 15. You know, people did not draft him in the second round for nothing. And he's probably been drafted like top either second or third round in the past like 5 years. You know, so to me, it's worth it. No, Lindor. I think Lindor is just adjusting to playing in New York. Mm-hmm. I think that he's not used to it. He's around guys that he doesn't really know, and he just needs to get in his comfort zone. You know, when he was with the Indians, he grew up in their farm system, playing with the guys that eventually he would start playing with in the majors. He knew everyone. It was fun. Yeah, it was just fun to play baseball, and he was really good at it. He's still really good at baseball. He's just not comfortable yet. I think once he gets that, camaraderie with the rest of his teammates, I think that everything's just going to kind of blend well together. I mean, why else would the Mets give him that big ass contract, Exactly.
Yeah, it's a huge contract. And then Carlos Correa, Tony, what round did you pick him up? Probably in 10, 11?
Yeah, I picked him up in round 10 or something like that. Let me see. It was the Yahoo League, right? To me, Yahoo. I'm taking on a lot of risk with these trades I'm doing. I'm taking on a lot.
Yeah, but you're trading off.
I don't think you're taking a lot of risk with that Lindor trade.
No, that was good.
He's got 1 point. You go to Yahoo, you go to ESPN. He's averaging 1.3 or something like that. Lindor is averaging 4 points.
That's fine. That's fine. I'd still rather have Lindor. I mean, if you want to trade him to me, I'll take him.
No,
I'll give you something good for him.
Who?
We'll talk later.
That's what I thought.
I mean, I got to look at my lineup. I got 4 lineups, dude. I don't remember who I have in each.
It's so hard, right? When you have multiple.
It really is, dude.
So I picked up Carlos Correa round 10, pick 120.
I remember that.
And then
that was when you went to the bathroom, right? And me and Carlos thought it was That's
why I remember. Yeah, that's why I remember. I wonder if he really wanted to pick him up. I wonder if it was
120
planned
for Francisco Lindor, who went pick 14. And I made the bad trade, and I'm an idiot.
If anyone says that that's a bad trade, those are the guys that don't know baseball.
Look, dude, I don't think it's a bad trade either or. If you would have kept Correa, you would have been good. If you would have stayed with Correa, it would have been good anyway.
I would have been fine.
I see no risk with Lindor. I see no risk at all because first month of the season. I mean, look at
It's only been 28 games.
Look at Goldschmidt. When he got traded to St. Louis, he was garbage the first month of the season. And then he started to feel a little bit more comfortable, and all of a sudden he starts hitting bombs again.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
And I think a lot has to do with what you guys been saying. These guys are in the East. It's a lot colder out there. Baseball's not a game for cold weather. You shouldn't be playing in the snow like football or something like that. That's not what. Or soccer. I think they play soccer in the snow too.
Yep, they play soccer and anything.
But baseball is not that. And I honestly feel like some of those trades I made are they look ridiculous on paper, like you're an idiot for doing them, or maybe first off, right away, they look ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's why are you moving these guys?
Redonkulous.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm thinking towards past week 6, and like I said in the beginning of the show, if these trades pay off, I'm gonna be a contender.
Look, man, you need to think.
I'm gonna be back of the I'm not even gonna make playoffs this season.
When you do trades, you can't just be thinking about who's going to get me to the playoffs. You got to think about who's going to help me win the playoffs, because that's the only thing that matters when it comes to fantasy baseball. You have a 50% chance to make the playoffs, because usually in a 12-team league, 6 teams make it. So even if you're the bottom, if those bats come alive, if Lindor comes alive when you make the playoffs, that's the kind of guy that can win your league for you.
Arenado.
Yeah.
Arenado's been cold too. Or see, look, I made a lot of trades. I've made a lot of trades.
I
And
think Ronaldo's batting like what, 255?
Yeah, he's not great.
He's not good. He's not there yet. He's one of those players that he's going to perform.
He's a buy low.
Yeah, but he's going to perform though. He's going to perform.
He's just a probably buy candidate. I wouldn't say you're not going to get him for cheap.
No, you won't get him for cheap, but you could get him for a lot less than what he would normally command.
But you could get a good pitcher off of him. You could get a big time pitcher off of him. Off of Arenado, like just his name alone, like you just throw it out there. I know people that would be like Gabriel. He's one of those Arenado lovers. It'd be
last year,
I'll get him.
I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. It was probably last year. I did Arenado and Cole straight up.
Garrett Cole?
And Cole. Yeah.
Who did you get?
Up. I got Arenado.
Oh shit.
And I gave up Cole.
I would have
had like a 260. 260.
I would have preferred Cole too, but I think I had a lot of like solid pitching.
You have to look at your starting pitching.
I needed a hitter. I needed a solid hitter. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it all depends. Everybody has their own style of managing,
So Tony, I just want to go back to that trade. Why did you trade Correa? Like, do you feel like he's not going to perform as well as Lindor? You think Lindor is going to step it up and he's going to do way better than Correa? Because look, Lindor already got his contract. He looks like he's excited to be with the Mets. I don't know if you guys seen him catching the ball, throwing people out, and he's over there celebrating and stuff like that. And Correa has been in the same team for a while now. It's his contract year. You don't feel he was gonna perform?
No, it's not. No, that wasn't it.
No.
Well, I just feel overall he's gonna be more consistent. And I also feel like they're gonna have the same amount of home runs. And to be honest, I feel like Lindor's gonna be a little bit better. He's probably gonna get maybe like 70, 60 points more than Correa. If not,
that's a lot better, bro. That's a lot better.
If not, maybe even more than that. Projected. Lindor is projected for the rest of the season is projected at like 540 points.
Wow.
Correa is projected to only get like 390 points.
No way. Are you serious?
For the rest of the season. Oh, Correa.
Oh, okay.
For the rest of the season.
Okay.
So in my eyes, I'm like, and I also see it that he's gonna get on base more. He's gonna have more at bats probably. He's gonna have, a lot more runs because he's gonna be batting first or second. Yeah,
he's a leadoff hitter.
You know, so I don't know. I feel like a lot of these trades, like if they don't go through for me and they don't fall, I'm done. But if they do go through, I'm gonna be right there with Carlos.
You're gonna be a genius.
You got a good team too, Will, man. I gotta compete with you guys, and it sucks that I have to do all these trades, man. It's a lot of work.
And sometimes they don't even go through.
I know people don't want to give up Giolito.
Stop. Are you talking to me? Are you telling me something?
See, look, Arenado got me 15 today. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I mean, we're running short out of time. I guess we didn't have like a structural show. We didn't have a lot of questions. It's fine. We just wanted to get on because we haven't been getting on for the past weeks and stuff like that. So we've been consistent going on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And for the last 2 weeks, we hadn't got on. I mean, we got on Tuesday. We were all here, and then Saturday, whatever, today, which is today. We just got to kind of stay consistent, I guess. Do you guys have any two spot starters? I guess one that's going to pitch Monday, and one that's going to pitch on
Tuesday
On-
or something.
It's Monday, Tuesday, right? And then Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
Sometimes, because
Sometimes
if they have
Depends
a
that they
day off,
rest. Yeah,
if they have a day off throughout the week, then the pitcher that pitches on Tuesday isn't going to pitch on Sunday.
yeah, yeah. And it looks like they've been playing. They've been getting days off.
You know who
on
I
a
like?
consistent basis.
And I think Carlos picked them up in one of our leagues.
Which one?
J.A. Happ.
Oh yeah,
He's
I picked him up.
so consistent. He is probably a sleeper. If anybody picked him or drafted him, you guys did really good. If you picked him up, regardless, either way, he's probably the two start player I'm looking at. And just because I honestly feel like the Twins are gonna be the team to beat. You know,
The Twins?
the Twins once their pitching comes around, because they haven't had Maeda do what they expect him to do. Barrios is also not really there yet. He's still warming up, you know.
Yeah.
And Pineda is probably the only guy that has been kind of like doing what's expected. But the other two guys, Barrios and Maeda, they really haven't been performing to what everyone knows they can.
Yeah.
So, but J.A. Happ is the guy I'm looking at for the 2 start. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick this guy up. Like, nope, he's gone. Because Carlos has him already.
Yeah, I
And
have
like
him.
I said, man, you're stacked, bro.
I've been paying attention to you guys. That's why. Look, this guy's 22% rostered. in
Yeah,
Yahoo.
see, that's why I was like surprised that you had him. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this guy has been listening. He's been doing everything.
I've been paying attention. I don't know. I think it's becoming more like, okay, this is becoming more like a thing that I'm starting to read more. I'm starting to understand players and stuff
I
like
do
that.
a lot.
Yeah, you got to do that. You can't just sit back, and especially if you're playing in a league where everybody knows baseball, everybody knows their players, everybody knows the minor league system, and they know all that stuff. It's hard to compete. It's really hard to compete. And like playing with both of you guys, like just playing you two, like it's just like, oh my God, I got to up my game. I've never upped my game that much until this year. And because I'm talking to you, no, seriously, because I'm talking to you guys now and listening to what you guys have to say, and in strategies, dropping players, trading players, what players to sit, what players to put to play. And it's just, you know, it makes you think. It makes you think. It makes you get out of your little box. I was stuck in a little box to where like the players that I have, I'm just going to stick with them and roll with them. It doesn't work like that. If that player doesn't perform, and he's one of those players that you think is like ranked after the 12th round, or for me, 11, 12, you drafted him after that, I think you can go ahead and get rid of him and then pick someone else. And that's what I did with Olsen. Olsen, I didn't pick him up till late. Remember that? I picked him up super late, and that's why I said, I'm going to go ahead and let him go. And I picked up Jerry Walsh.
Olsen went round 10. Sonny Gray went round 15.
Yeah.
You think about it, round 10 and round 15 for a round 2 guy.
Who's the dumbass now?
It's not necessarily a dumb move, because Carlos Correa is a solid pickup.
No,
Carlos
it is a solid pickup. Yeah,
and he's already you know why I probably made that trade? And to be honest, because Carlos Correa has had back injuries for the past few seasons.
Has he?
And
okay.
Yeah, he's had back spasms.
Yeah, he's always had some issues.
And
every single year.
That's probably why I was okay with trading it off.
I think that Correa's only had one full season where he actually stayed healthy.
And I don't think Lindor's ever been out for long. I can't remember the last time Lindor.
Listen, I would if I had Correa, if I had Lindor and you proposed that trade to me, I think I would have took it. Because Correa, yeah, he has his back issues and everything, but his batting average and his points been pretty good. Yeah,
dude, he's where's he at right now? He's like in the top 15, top 20 producers right now.
He is. His projection points is 2.6.
Corey Seeger has 72 points. Carlos Correa has 69.
You want to hear his OBP?
It's probably ridiculous, right?
348. 348. His batting average is 294. His OPS is 828. So He has 4 home runs. He hits home runs too. It's not like he's always above the 20 home
His
run
OPS
mark.
is kind of low. Like,
Yeah, I figured Lindor to be more at like 9 or 1,000,
yeah,
like 900 or 1,000.
I think
Lindor?
Lindor is closer to like 950 to 1,000.
Yeah,
And
This year?
Every
oh,
year.
yeah, he's gonna be fine. I honestly project him to be just fine. I don't see an issue with Lindor
No.
because he's actually been getting on base like every day. You know, a lot of people say he's slumping. He's just not hitting hard.
Right.
You know, that's
Yeah.
just the way I see it.
Well,
We've
Correa's
even
1 year
seen him.
younger than him.
We've even seen Lindor when he's playing in the cold, he's all bundled up. He doesn't like to be cold. So you see him like with his like face mask on, even before Corona, when you didn't have to wear a face mask, he still had the mask on. He had, his long sleeves. He was all bundled up, man. So
I think there's a picture of him on Instagram saying the coach's going to be mad at him because he has a hoodie on. He had a hoodie on and playing shortstop, and that's a no-no. And when you're a baseball player, I guess every baseball player knows that you shouldn't be wearing a hoodie out there. But he was wearing it. That's how cold he was, and he's one of those players that don't like to play in the cold. But he was in Cleveland, so he should kind of be used to it. Playing in the cold, right?
Well, you only play in the cold for what, 1 to 2 months out of the year.
1 month, and then like probably like the first or second week of May, and then it just starts getting hot.
Yeah,
It starts
and it
getting muggy
stays
for
hot
them.
throughout the rest of the
It
season.
stays hot. It stays hot, and even in the playoffs, it stays hot. So it starts getting cold in October for them, but not that much.
Yeah.
Damn, he's batting 187.
That's all right.
Wow.
He'll get up to at least 270 by the time the season's over.
Lindor.
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 All right, so my 2-star pitcher of the week, I'm gonna go with the guy from the Braves, Inoue.
Inoue?
That's how you say his name, Inoue.
Uh-huh.
So
Oscar Onoa. Or Yanoa.
You know what?
You know what?
You know.
I was gonna change my name to the more Yanoa.
That's a good one. So he does have some tough matchups. He's facing the Nationals and the Phillies. But I've watched this guy pitch, man, and he's looking really good. He's looking really good. So I just picked him up in the Bashers League. I'm surprised that he was.
I was gonna pick him up, dude.
Me too. For my pickup, because I have him on our Yahoo League.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Our Yahoo League has the pitching is very scarce. But Yahoo, we have 12 teams.
What about the World Classic?
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, I mean, 16 teams. You're not going to find anything good out there on that. That's why I was telling you guys so much about Pearson, especially in that league, because in that league, there's never anything that comes up. They're all, because it's 16 teams. There's so many players that are already taken, players that shouldn't even be, usually on teams, but with those extra 14 than usual, it's like you have to,
Yeah.
One of those guys that we were talking about earlier that is droppable is, in my opinion, Kyle Schwarber. We have Kyle Schwarber in the podcast league, and if there's someone else out there that just has like a really hot bat, I'm willing to drop Schwarber to pick up a decent hot bat. If Jesse Winker
I'd drop Schwarber
was out there, yeah,
I dropped Schwarber.
You did. You did drop him.
I dropped him. Like, no, he hit a home run last night to win the game, but
the walk off.
It's just, but it's once in a while. It's not forever. It's not. He's not producing any points. He's getting
the Nationals as a whole aren't producing, and I feel like once they get hot, they'll be fine. And that goes the same for the Mets. They haven't been producing at all. A lot of their players just stink. And I feel like a lot of their players got drafted like a lot earlier than they should have, but at the same time, like what's his name? He plays first base and sometimes outfield. Smith got drafted like in the top 100.
Yeah. Dominic Smith.
Who else? McNeil got drafted probably in the top 100.
Yeah.
He's not having a good season so far.
Polar Bear.
Who's that? Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
Alonso.
Yeah, and everybody's booing like Lindor, and it's just like
On interview with that.
But at the same time, you know what I also noticed? They're in first place. They're in first place, and they're still getting booed. Like
Well, they're under
what?
500 though. They're under 500.
So what? You're in first.
I don't know. I honestly don't think that they should be booing them just yet, because it's a baseball player.
That's
goes
a
through
Yankee
ups and
thing,
downs.
man.
It's a
Exactly.
New York thing.
Is it a New York thing?
I think
I don't
so.
know.
But the Mets have never been like that. The Mets have never been like one of those.
Nah,
teams
the
where
Jets
they
are
start
more
booing.
like homegrown, kind of like down to earth fans, whereas the
Yeah.
Yankee fans are the ones that are all just very
They lose the
energetic
opening day
and-
game and they already feel like they're gonna
It
lose the
could be
World
all
Series.
the casuals just coming out.
The
You know,
what?
all the casuals.
Yeah.
Not the diehards.
See, and that's probably what it is, because there's so much hype about the Mets right now.
Yeah.
It's they're not going to be the amazing Mets, people waiting for that to happen.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna
What are
happen.
you talking about?
It's not gonna happen, dude. Come on, man. The amazing Mets, dude. Darryl Strawberry, dude, that dude was on fire. You got freaking
The whole
David
team
Cone.
was stacked, dude.
David
It was
Cone.
stacked. And you look at it now and they look good. They don't look like a World Series team. They
Look,
look like they could possibly make it to the World Series, but they don't, like, even on paper, they don't look like a World Series team.
look. I'll go ahead and bring up the stats from the amazing Mets and the pitching staff now and compare them. And we're talking about David Cone, Gooden, Dwight Gooden. Oh my God, those were some top pitchers. You got the Grom on this one on the teams right now. So I'll go ahead and make like a little slideshow and see who's better. Yeah, dude, I think that like to compare, because you're gonna see like, oh, that team back then was like amazing,
Yeah.
really
That
amazing.
team back then is like the Dodgers now.
Exactly, the Mets were the team to beat, and when the Dodgers beat them in the NLCS in '88, everybody was stunned because the Dodgers didn't have anything, dude.
That was Fernando Mania, man.
What's it, Fernando made? I think it was Orho Shizer that took him to the World Series.
Both
that
of them.
year. Both, yeah. And remember, I don't know if you guys remember the clips, but Kirk Gibson made a freaking crazy dive for the ball for the Mets to for the game to stay tied. And I think it was
I don't
extra
remember.
innings.
I mean,
my
I was
God.
5,
You need
so-
to look at that. You need to look at that. You need to look at that. It's amazing. This big old dude, Kirk Gibson, busted knees, made a crazy play for them to go to an extra game because of that play. So, but yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll make a slide from that team with amazing pitching to now, and you'll see like that team's a lot way better than what it is now. But yeah, it's all the hype. They went and got McCann for their catcher, and everybody was like, oh, they did this thing, and then they traded for Lindor, and everybody's like, oh, the Mets are going to be a lot better. And we were even thinking that Springer was going to be with the Mets, and the Blue Jays pulled out that money so he can go out to Toronto. So I think they are going to heat up. I don't know why they're booing them right now.
The Mets thought they were going to get Bauer too.
They thought they were going to get Bauer. That's another thing. Oh man, they're pretty pissed. They would have been sick, exactly, but they're not. I don't think they're amazing yet.
If they pulled off those two, Springer and Bauer, I think that's all they would have needed. And the freaking Milwaukee just tied it up again, 5-5.
Who hit it?
Oh my God.
Who was it?
I thought that game was over already.
Who took care of it?
Garcia.
Garcia. That guy's pretty decent too, man.
Why? Where does he come from? I've never.
He was with the
Is he
Marlins.
a rookie
before.
or is he
No,
one
he
of
was
those
with the
players that
Marlins.
just started stepping up? Huh?
He was with the
With
Marlins.
the Marlins?
And then they traded him
Okay.
over. I think he came over when Yelich came over, or
Yeah,
maybe
Corey-
after.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Corey
with the
Seeger had a
Mar-
glove on it again. He just let it slip through.
Yeah.
Corey
it's
Seager's
just,
not a good shortstop, dude. I think he needs to
I've
move
never
over
said
to,
he's a good shortstop.
he needs
I
to
don't think
move
he's ever
over to
been one
third
of those
base.
top. I don't think he's ever been
Third
one of those
base?
top shortstop for
What do you
me.
put at short then?
You still got Gavin Lux. He's a freaking shortstop. He needs to step up his bat, of course,
Yeah.
but I think he's
Oh,
a
so
shortstop.
move Seeger to second?
Nah, third
No,
base.
we need Turner at second.
Turner,
Turner's getting old.
you guys are smoking.
Good stuff too.
Turner at second base, man. Turner actually, I think he came into the league as a second baseman.
Yeah, he came into the league as a second baseman. And then he was a second baseman.
He doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. He has great defense when the ball's hit right at him. A little bit to the side, he's okay, but he doesn't make these amazing dives like guys like Machado and Arenado, guys that are a lot younger than him that have been playing third base since high school.
Machado has been playing shortstop. Remember with the Orioles, and then they moved him to third base, and he didn't want to play third base with the Orioles.
Well, he played third base for a long time, and then he moved back to shortstop the year before he got traded to the Dodgers, just to show his versatility that he could still do it. And he shined right there too, man. But you need a really strong arm at third base. And
you do.
Justin Turner is a decent third baseman. He's a top 10 third baseman, but mainly because of his bat, not because of his glove, not because of his arm. How many times have we seen him throw the ball away? How many times have we seen him where a ball just, it goes a little bit too far out of his range? I think that Corey Seager, used to being shortstop, I think that he would excel at third base. He has a decent arm, just like Turner does. I think they both have the same kind of arm strength and arm accuracy. But
hey, what do you think will happen if let's say the Dodgers don't get Seager and he decides to go to free agency? The Yankees pull off this big old amazing contract for him. He goes to the Yankees, and then we're left without a shortstop.
Brewers just walked off.
I kind of figured. And then Carlos Correa is available. Nah. What do you guys?
Hey man, the Dodgers have been known to break my heart like that before.
I know they have.
They fucking Shane Victorino, David Freese, even with David Price and Joe Kelly, that's still a little bad taste in my mouth over those type of trades. I'm just like,
I didn't. The one doing like the one that guys. I didn't like.
But then I'm like, yes, you won us the World Series.
Look, the one that I didn't like, and I wasn't even hyped for it, was the Machado trade. As a Dodger fan, I was just like,
years before the Dodgers got Machado, I saw Machado spike Dustin Pedroia on purpose. I saw him get mad at Josh Donaldson for tagging him out, running from second to third. Yeah, exactly. Throwing his helmet off like a little crybaby. I never wanted that guy on the Dodgers. Does he have an amazing bat? Yes. He has some pop. He has some great contact, but he's a cancer, man. He's a cancer for the clubhouse.
Even this year, though?
Even this year?
Really?
Him and Tatis are all buddy, but I guarantee you that the other players that are not producing as well as others, he's probably just talking shit about them behind their backs.
Yeah.
He's that type of guy, man. He's not a good clubhouse guy. He's not a leader. I think he wants to be a leader, but he has that cocky attitude where he only wants to be surrounded by winners.
Yeah,
and if there's someone on the team
or
something,
you think so? You think he's right? He's
because
go ahead.
A lot of other teams, they'll probably nip it in the butt, like, hey, chill out, like, what are you doing? But San Diego, they've been the type of team to just be brash and just be like all out, just like you were saying, cocky. They've been that team to just be like, whatever, we're gonna fucking swing in 3-0. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and if you don't like it, like, tough titty for the kitty.
You also, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You also got to realize that San Diego has never really been a powerhouse. So a third baseman with a really good bat all of a sudden becomes available. They have a star shortstop coming up from the minor leagues that they traded James Shields for. They added Eric Hosmer, who they thought was supposed to be, this great first baseman, because he ended the 2015 season by winning the World Series and batting like 320 with like 30 home runs. They signed Will Myers to that super long contract. It's like there's a lot of things to be excited about in San Diego. So they're not really worried too much about attitudes of each team, each player. They're more worried about production in the games, which
that's
is
all
great.
about. That's all what it's about, though.
It is, but the problem is, like with guys like that, they're going to bring other players in the clubhouse down, and that's what's going to cause slumps. You know, it's Machado's just going to tear into these guys.
I saw a different Machado this series, though. Like, I'm just gonna honestly, the first series I saw this year, 2021, I saw Machado a lot different. When he struck out, he was just looking and he was like, "All right."
He always does that.
Yeah, no, but he didn't look at him like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you next at bat." He's been one of those constant players for the Padres this year. He's been one of those players that he's consistent. One thing that I didn't see from him last year, which I did see this year, that's why I kind of picked him up on my fantasy team, because I saw him in spring training. He was talking to different players. He was talking to players when he was on first or second and third, as opposed to last year. He wasn't even talking to anybody. I remember when we were talking about like being kind of, not charismatic, but being talkative in the bases with talking to other players from other teams. That's what I look for. I always admire those players that do that, because you are playing the game together. You're not playing against each other. You're playing the ball. You're not playing the other team. If you understand baseball's played by that hard ball, not by playing the other team, right? It's you hitting the ball, you catching the ball, and you making the outs. So for Machado, when he was doing that in spring training, and I think I said it in the show, he's a lot different this year. And I did see that against the Dodgers, because that's the only time I'm going to see the Padres is when they're playing the Dodgers. He was talking to Justin Turner. He was talking to Muncy at first.
He not like those guys, though.
No, they were former teammates too.
But they were former teammates. But you didn't see that last year. Last year, what happened last year with Bruce Gratterall? After that, he was like, he was saying the F word and then whatever. And then Tatis was throwing his helmet in the dugout. They lost it. Like,
well, the Dodgers also got the best of them almost every time. They did,
but that right there showed it was childish. It was really childish. It was really solid. So that bat before that happened, he was over there, threw the bat, and he was like, yeah, like, you can do it, but the other team can't do it against you. Like, nah. But this year he saw it happen, and even when he struck out, I think it was Dustin May, he was like, ugh! And he made that loud noise. He didn't even look back at the pitcher. He just went to the dugout, got his glove, go back on the field. Last year is when it was different. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's maturing. I can't. Let me look at how old he is. I don't even know how old he is, but I think he's maturing.
Young. Under his 30s, I think.
I think
you think he's in his 30s?
I think he's 29.
Let me look it up. I need to make sure. But I think he's maturing. I think he's going to be a solid player. And I think for fantasy baseball, I think he's going to be one of those players that's going to be up there. I'll look up his age right now. 28 years old.
28.
So it's
he'll be 29 in July.
Okay. So it's his 20. He's man strength.
He is a Cancer, bro.
We'll know once the race is really close.
Because the zodiac signs in July is Cancer.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Damn, that's messed up.
That's so am I, Will. Just so you know.
Yeah, Tony's a Cancer too, man.
We don't get along, bro.
I don't even know what that means. Like when it comes to zodiac signs.
I don't know like the personalities.
I know I'm a Gemini, and they say like Gemini is kind of like they can go from like hot to cold like instant, and I kind of am like that.
Dude, all those stars align.
All I know is that Jim Morrison was like, I don't believe in that shit.
He's the Lizard King.
Jim Morrison. Yeah. Any other players you guys want to talk about before we sign out? I know we talked about Machado, and you guys think that he hasn't changed, but I'm one of those people that do think he did change, and it's good for the sport. He's a top player. He's a good third baseman. He has a glove on him. He's batting. I don't know. I think if he messes up once, for me, if he messes up once, then all that stuff that I said right now goes
out the window.
Yeah, it goes out the window, because it's that one and done for me. It's one and done for me, because he's been, like you said, Will, like he threw the helmet at what is his name? Donaldson.
Donaldson,
and then he hit
Spike Pedroia.
Spike Pedroia, and
then
there was
he
even
also
Aguilar in the playoffs.
Aguilar,
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
running to first.
and he
And
even
there was
slid into
there was
second.
another one too where he swung at a pitch and he let go of the bat on purpose and tried to hit the
threw it
pitcher.
at
with
a
it.
third baseman.
He
It
threw
ended up
to
going to third, but he tried to
Yeah.
hit the pitcher with the bat.
Oh my god,
He
dude.
just let go a little bit too
you're
late.
Right. You're right.
Dude,
he did it too for remember the shortstop for the Brewers? I want to say in the playoffs. He touches
like,
his leg to try to like break up
oh
the
yeah.
double play.
He's like,
Yeah,
I'm sweating like grease monkeys, guys.
So yeah, one of those
To the
happened. All that stuff for me goes out the window, and yeah, he hasn't changed,
I
but
think
it
you're biased
hasn't
right now
happened
'cause
yet.
he's on your team.
Well, I have to praise him, man. I have to be one of those. Like he's getting points
Let's
for
trade
me.
right now.
You know, maybe it's Jace Tingler. Maybe it's Jace Tingler. Maybe he's the one that's really turning Machado around. You know, trying to convince him, like, dude, we have a possible championship team right here. You need to cool it with the attitude and, you know, jump on board and be a team player.
It's hard to talk to those egotistic players.
Yeah,
though.
it really is.
Really hard. It's really hard to calm them down.
Those are the
especially for a
type of
coach.
guys that get suspended. You know, they'll have like a little scuffle, and then all of a sudden they're not there for 3 games. And depending on the time of the season, what month you're in, sometimes that could be really detrimental for your record overall for the year.
Yeah, but like that, maybe if Tingler, I don't think he's one of those coaches that can calm an egotistic player. Like a Joe Torre, I would understand. Like one of those top coaches, like Mike Scioscia, maybe Dave Roberts.
Tingler's
now.
new to managing, right?
Exactly. So maybe there's someone behind the scenes telling them, "Hey, man, you need to cool it down. You need to do this. You need to do that." I don't see Tingler because he's a brand new coach. So maybe Manny would be like, and you said his attitude is not all there. He could be like, "Nah, man, I'm not gonna listen to you. You haven't won anything. Like, you know, why am I gonna listen to you?" Those are things that happen behind the scenes that, oh my God, I look into those things and I start thinking about it. I'm like, we all play baseball. We understand baseball. When you play different levels of baseball, you understand how egotistic some players are, how some attitudes, like I dealt with a lot of attitudes. Oh my God. I felt like I didn't even belong. And I was a starter in a lot of those teams. And I felt like I didn't belong in those teams. And it's like, I see these players now, like Machado, I feel like I want to be better than Tatis. So they're like a competition going. This is my team.
A friendly competition.
Exactly. It's my team. Like friendly, but kind of like what do you call it? When you have a competition where you trying to be the best and you are the best, I think Manny feel like, I need to do that. I
wish that Bellinger and Betts would kind of have that kind of like little friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
Try to be better than each other. Then maybe both of them will start hitting some more home runs.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, we're running out of time here. So if you joined the show a little too late, we were just talking about baseball and fantasy stuff. Don't forget that we have an Instagram. We even have a email address at realtalkbaseball@yahoo.com. What is the Facebook, Will? We have the Facebook. Is it still on?
Oh, I haven't even been on it lately.
Yeah. So we have a Facebook. Hopefully they haven't kicked us out. We have a TikTok, same thing, Real Talk Baseball. We have a Twitter. Tony, we're growing that, or what's up, man? What's going on with that one?
No, just like Will said, I haven't been on it. Sorry. I was really on it tough for like a week and a half, but I'll get back on.
And the Instagram is the one platform that we use to go ahead and shoot our news out, and that's the one that's been constant on. And then of course we have the YouTube here. If you want to hit that subscribe button and that like button, we would appreciate it. We reached that 200 mark, which is really cool. And yeah, anything you guys want to say before we sign out?
All right. So the Facebook is Willpower RTB.
Got it.
Willpower
RTB.
I'll set that up with our Instagram, so that way it'll start posting from our Instagram too. Now, just in case you guys didn't know, the reason why I can't just put Real Talk Baseball is because I live streamed the World Series last year and Facebook got mad. So they deleted our Facebook. And, actually I did it twice. The first time, nothing happened. And then I was like, nothing happened, so I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And then I did it again. I didn't know that they were gonna delete our page. I thought maybe we would get suspended for like a week or something.
I know,
Nope.
man. Hate it.
They were like, nah, that's it, done. Well,
Yeah.
Tony, anything to add, man?
No, just you know what I would say is just like sometimes just go with your gut, guys. If you feel like a player is done and you want to move on, sometimes you just have to make the moves.
Unless
And
it's Matt Olson.
unless it's Matt Olson. No, I'm just saying like Carlos mentioned earlier, anybody below your like round 11, round 12, anything below that, even round 10, you know, it really depends. Dude, I had Keston Hira go round 8 and I dropped his ass like a sack of potatoes, you know. So
And I was trying to trade for him.
You were, and I was just like, nah. But then like he went bad for another week, and I knew I wasn't gonna get that trade again. And even if it was gonna be something I probably would have dropped anyways.
Garbage.
Yeah.
You know, just so all I'm saying is just go with your gut, guys. If you feel like there's a player out there that you feel is cold and you can pick up for cheap or whatever, go after it. If you feel like there's a player that's hot right now and you just want to grab and you just like I need to do it, man. Sometimes the gut feelings are the best things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it from Tony, Snap, and Willpower. That's all we got for today. We will be back on Tuesday. Is that a for sure thing, guys? At 8, like usual?
Yeah, I'll be down.
Yeah.
I'm down for
Will?
Tuesday.
All right, cool. So if you guys have questions, line them up. We're going to give you week 5 players to look for. I guess we've been doing that. Oh, no, we'll do the week 4 recap, which we've been doing recaps for the week, the highest points and the lowest points, who's hot, who's not. And yeah, we'll move on from there. You know,
Yeah.
I think we got our we're getting our things lined up a lot better.
The giveaway.
The giveaway. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and give the giveaway on Instagram. We're gonna go and we need to go through the rules. So we'll talk about it after the show.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll
yeah.
bring it up on like what the rules will probably be on Tuesday.
Yeah. We'll do that. So I'm Carlos Baseball. This is real. Sorry, I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Willpower and Tony Snap.